morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It is a gorgeous Wednesday morning today, and I wanted to talk today about discrete objects. Now, I am not in any way at all an expert on discrete objects. To be fair, I don't even precisely know what discrete objects are, or exactly what it means to be discrete in the way that I'm thinking about. I could be completely and utterly wrong, but I'm going to give you my perspective, and then I'm going to go and try and correct myself and see if that's right. And we're going to talk about it briefly, and then we'll see if I'm right, and from that perspective, hopefully everyone can come with a better understanding of what I mean. Now, discrete, typically when I think about it, it means to be subtle about something. Someone's having a surprise birthday party, so you have to say, hey, it's her surprise birthday party next week. Would you ask her if she could join you at the gym on Thursday? And be discreet. Be discreet, meaning don't say too much about it. But then in terms of mathematics, there's another thing, and I believe it's mathematics, it could be physics or something else, where discrete means something totally different. And the way I understand it, it means able to be isolated. For example, Legos. Legos, when you put Legos together, an object that is a standard Lego size, right, which almost all of them are, is a discrete object. You can take a blue one and put it in this place, and then when you want that blue one to not be there anymore, you can take it out and replace it with a red one. And you may need to move a few other things around to get it out, but it's very easy to pull it out. Whereas in construction, if I wanted to go in there and pull out one of the bricks that was used to build that house, I can't easily pull out just that one brick. It is now meshed with all the rest. I'm going to need to do some hack work and probably recreate that which is around it in order to pull out that one single brick. Now, this is important in artwork, computer artwork in particular. Is certain programs, the cheap ones, will not allow you to manipulate discrete objects. When you're first getting started playing with photo editing, you might use Microsoft Paint. And in fact, there's a great YouTube documentary, a spoof, on using Microsoft Paint as the perfect art editor. It's really funny. I haven't seen it in years, and I didn't even thought about it until just now. But it's quite funny. I should try and look that up for you. But you're checking this thing, or you're checking out photo editing for the first time, and the first thing you kind of notice is, well, okay, so I put this thing on here, and I kind of paint around it. When I paint around it, anything I put that overlaps destroys what was there originally. Like if I were to take a picture of somebody and try and crop them out, by cropping them out with just a paintbrush, if I goof and I go too far, that part of where they were is completely gone. I can't erase the color that I put on top and have them underneath. If I erase the color I put on top, I'm erasing everything. Whereas in Photoshop, you can create layers and just manipulate just one layer, which is very, very helpful, so that you can have one layer on top of the other and manipulate one in any particular way, and it won't affect any of the others. Now, what made this come to mind is I was doing some video editing last night for somebody who, they had this little documentary that they'd drawn up, and there were two little mistakes in the documentary. They had something timed wrong, and then they had another thing where a woman was given the wrong title. So I had to fix the title. And instead of being able to simply go in there, open up the file, highlight the title, and type in the correct name, I couldn't do that because it had been flattened. It was all one object. The video of the woman in the background, the video of the logo, the video of the white bar appearing with her title on it, and her title, they were all one thing. It was no different than if they had just taken a picture of a sign with her name on it. So I was able to go in and fix it, but it's not simply a matter of highlight the text you want to change and type it in. Now, had I had the original artwork that was created, the original edited file, I could have gone in because it would have been a discrete object. I could have gone in and grabbed it and done what I needed to do with it. I could have moved it, changed the font, anything. It would have been super duper easy. But instead, it took me about 15 minutes because I needed to throw a white box on top and text on top and try and guess and match the font. And then I had to match the color and kind of Frankenstein the whole thing together, and then in the end it cross-faded in this funny way, so I actually had to flatten the whole thing, and it was kind of a mess. It took me about 15-20 minutes to do the whole thing. So having those discrete objects can be very helpful. So where else in life does Do we see something like this where you can take all these various different pieces and manipulate them in any way you want until you throw them all together, and then boom, you have a finished product? First thing that comes to mind is cooking, right? If you get mise en place, everything that you need to put together, you're golden. And then you look and you say, oh, it's 2 cups of flour, not 3. Okay, I'm going to take out a cup of flour. No problem. But if you mix all your dry goods together, then you are in trouble, son. You cannot, after mixing the flour and the paprika and the this and the that and whatever else it is, after you mix all that together, you can't get 1 cup of flour out. The only thing you could do is then add 50% to everything else, make it all the same, and then take out 50% of your entire mixed group. And that would be kind of like Frankensteining the whole thing. And now you got the, if I ever want to make half a batch, whatever it is that I'm making, I got the dry goods right here. But then the other thing is computers, very interesting, because with the computer, you could do all the mise en place and then push a button and have the computer bake the whole thing and then look at it and say, how's that look? Okay, decent, but I want to change something. And you don't need to go and get new ingredients. You don't need to go and set it all up again. All you have to do is change that one thing. You just have to take flour. I'm going to take it, instead of doing 2 cups, I'm going to do 1 3/4 cup. It felt like too much flour. So all you need to do is take out that flour, tone the flour down, and hit go, and it'll compile the whole thing for you. In fact, fast computers, it used to be you'd have to compile the whole thing. Fast computers now, sometimes you can just say hit preview, and the preview looks pretty darn good. You don't even have to compile the whole thing. So that's pretty hip. But then there are other aspects to this in life where, we have everything together, kind of a planning phase. Alfred Hitchcock, from the way I understand, this is the way he made his movies. He had this big planning phase. Everything was drawn out exactly. And he'd go over it and agonize over it and make it perfect. And then he would go and actually produce the shots. And then it was just a matter of humdrum, very meticulous work to make sure that you get everything set up and shot appropriately and accurately and efficiently in order to make the movie. And that could work there also, because now what you have is your creative stuff. And then for them, if he said, you know what, I don't think we want to do a helicopter in this scene, I think we want to do an airplane, well, that's a piece of cake. But if you decide at the last minute, I think we would do a helicopter, that's a thing you're going to need a Frankenstein in. You're going to need to somehow call up somebody who has an airplane, get them out there right then and there. It becomes a last minute thing. Already the work has been done, and I think that's the difference. The work has already been done. So that's my concept of discrete objects and how they affect us in daily life. Now, obviously the terms that I talked about may be wrong. The concepts I talked about were completely right. So I'm thinking the discrete object in that particular case was correct. I'm not exactly sure if I was or not. But in any event, maybe we'll check it out, and I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. But in any event, you do photo editing, video editing, you got any fun stories about stuff that people asked you to do? Kind of like Photoshop people who say, hey, half of my face is blocked off by something. Can you bring it back? Well, not really. I only have half your face. Kind of like a lost cat Photoshop blog. That was a funny post. All right, I am on a massive tangent now, so